Hi lovelies! Hashtag time! Hashtag time! So, this is my video response to Tarot Alchemist Lisa's tarot tag, which she made a month ago maybe, but I am trying to get on the tracks again and trying to make all the tags as I go. So this is the healing categories, tarot healing categories. I don't remember the name, and I don't have the internet in here, no Wi-Fi. Talk to each other. This is the motto of this place. So I will probably make the hashtag right when I put that up on the YouTubes. But the healing categories, basically I thought about it for a while, and I don't have so many categories. I have categories for decks overall, like nature and shamanic and historical and so on, but for healing, let's start from the deeper end, the shadow work, which is the deeper digging dark shadow type of work, and I use the dark grimoire deck for this. This is just awesome for, look at this, the devil, look at that. This must be the most favorite devil card I have seen so far. So this reads my shadows like a glove. Is this even makes any sense? So yeah, look at this. And this makes so much sense for me, and it is like ripping out the ugliest shadows, because I have dealt with the pretty ones and the shallowest ones already. So this is the deck that shakes the hiding shadows loose. Look at that. This is like, oh. So this is the digging deep category, and this is the only deck I use for shadow work. So I don't need more than one, but this is the only one that I've seen so far that actually works on me. So then it's the soul searching category, which means when, how would I put it, the soul searching in terms of when I am not sure even what am I looking for, then I reach for the soul cards. You know, sometimes you think or feel that you are somewhat lost. You have no idea what would be the thing that you should pay attention to within yourself. So sometimes I draw a card or two, sometimes I just look through the cards, and this is like I go through the cards and stop there when I feel the click, you know. This is the best way to describe it. And as the artwork is so different and busy, than going through the deck several times, I always see new cards in it. Like this one I haven't seen before, and then it pops out and I'm thinking back of my head, so where was this card before? I haven't seen it, although I have most certainly looked at it more than one time. So like the soul searching thing, this is how I do it. I just look for the click or the aha moment from these cards, and then will sit with it for a while. So this is like soul searching. Then the inner child work, one and only deck that works wonders for me. This is like a bunch of toys or pets you wanted to have in the childhood. I know I collected frogs and brought them all home in my dress, so grandfather was not happy. So this is perfect combination of nature and plushies, or the childhood things for me. The magical forest, which I trimmed and edged green. Inner child work. Now, somewhat inner child, but not so much than the magical forest, is the Nicoletta Secoli Tarot, which is not so much for inner child, but I want to say inner youth, but this is not it, because it's too dolly for me. But I had this word I had prepared, and I now don't know what I wanted to say. The 20s plus, the time when you realize you're not a child anymore, and you wanted to be on your own and make the adult decisions, and then you realize you want the childhood back, and the childhood was easier. This is like this era of my life healing deck, when you still miss being a child because things were much easier. You didn't have to make all those decisions and stuff, and just had a opportunity to be, and someone else took care of the mundane things, but then you wanted to break free from it and grow up so fast, and then realized that maybe too soon, or the childhood felt suddenly lost. And for me it was like from 18 to 25 when I really was independent and tried to adult, but at the same time wanted to be this careless child too. So this deck is for that era of my life and reminds me of the struggle between adulthood and the childhood. This fits there really beautifully. So, Nicoletta Secconi Tarot. Now, nature decks mostly, but mainly the Greenwich Tarot is a healing deck, because at the winter time I really miss the summer and the green and the beach and everything, and this deck is full of nature, and when I can't do the forest walks and everything, this deck is like substitute for it, regardless that I use it mainly in my readings, and this and the Druidcraft gets the most work done for me, and yeah, this is just healing to look through, pull a card, and it's like home. And being lost my childhood home in a fire, this brings my childhood home back to me, because there's a void in that area. So I can totally use this deck to fill this void and work with releasing the missing of the house and the place itself. I've come a long way from when it happened to now, so this deck is just like a friend, old friend, that shows all the beautiful environment, and that's why I feel so drawn to this deck also. This looks exactly like my grandfather in the Yule Father costume. We didn't have the red and white costumes. Grandfather dressed up in dark usually, and went into the garage to do something on the car, and then suddenly the Jouluvana, or the Santa Claus, or the Yule Father appeared. And yeah, home, home. It is not replacement, but home, void, healing, nature deck. And now for the last category. It has two decks in it, the Deviant Moon and the Bosch Tarot. Both I use for clearing up the clutter in my either head or when I've thought myself into a standpoint, or I've done so much and I'm not sure what should I do, and my mind is all clutter and I can't maybe think straight. Then I take the Deviant Moon and just it unwraps or unravels my brain knots really perfectly, because it's so intriguing and interesting. I find different new aspects of the art or the deck all the time. Sometimes I draw cards, sometimes I just shuffle it and look at the cards in a random order, or sometimes I search out a certain card what I feel drawn to and just look at that. So unraveling the cluttered mind. And the Bosch Tarot, same thing, look at that. The stave up his ass and the cup head, and this is like, you look at it and the life feels much easier, because this art is so bizarre and makes me happy, makes me enjoy life more, and reminds me of enjoying life more in an unorthodox way. Reminds me of me not being the only one who at the age of 40 plus skips around on the sidewalk and doesn't give a damn what people think, because I can. Just because I can. I'm not offending anyone. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I just sometimes feel such joy that I jump up and down. So this deck reminds me that it is okay to be this unorthodox person, and makes me happy. So these were my healing categories. Other decks I use just for readings and not so much more. Well, the Avalonian Oracle I use, and this one had made me feel the overwhelming joy of tears, or tears of joy, more than half times of the readings. So this deck is healing by itself, but it has no category, it just fits everywhere. If I want to draw oracle card for myself, I draw either the Avalonian oracle for the soul, and for the more mundane things I draw the Wicca deck or the Wicca backpack, but these are not for healing per se. So I got mesmerized of this card right here. Tells you a story. Am I right? This is like, this deck pulls me in. I just keep watching the images, and this is so soothing and so refreshing. I don't do readings with Bosch Tarot to anyone else. I have done some with the Deviant Moon. I thought at the beginning that I wouldn't, or I couldn't, because it's too scary for people. Actually, I've noticed people somewhat like it, because maybe because it's scary and unusual to see for them, and yeah, it's interesting. I think I will be using that one more for the client readings as well. So these were my categories. This was my response to Lisa's hashtag tarot healing categories, I think it was. But either way, I will get it right when I'm uploading the video. Thank you for watching, and bye!